Hey there, Wondering Watchers. I'm Sony Golden for The Vibe is Golden. Welcome to this special titillating edition of Tabloid Tarot, which unveils celebrity secrets in love, dating, and supercoupling. In today's titillating tabloid tarot, we're taking a peek at some Korean singers who are rumored to have broken up after reportedly dating for a year or two, but that is still yet to be confirmed. We are tossing BLACKPINK'S Jennie and Kwon Ji-young, aka G-Dragon, into the spotlight to be tabloid tarot. So let's see what sensational headline we have for Jennie and G. Oh, we have creativity, have fun, express yourself in new ways. Care, parenthood, patron, support, balance, and true love. So it does seem like there is some truth behind these rumors. Perhaps they were perhaps they found themselves kind of falling for each other in terms of maybe supporting each other in terms of their creative endeavors. The sense of like balance and this care support. It's almost as if, you know, I'm kind of seeing this true love as possibly the connection that they have to music. And kind of, I don't know if they've done anything together. Maybe there was a sense of them like wanting to work with each other, but I'm going to go ahead and explore the titillating tidbits of these relationship rumors. I'll go ahead and put out the cards and then I'll identify their positions and their meanings. Interesting. Okay. So the influencing energy, the card at the bottom of the deck here, this Page of Swords, this to me is like a sense of just being like immature in terms of how you communicate and problem solve. So perhaps that was like the way that they connected. I do see that there is this Sun card here. This kind of indicates their past connection, and this Care card here. And you have this Page card here, and another card with a child in it. So to me, I'm going to say that the child is more of this concept of an idea, this creativity, and like working together on a song. Like I said, I don't know if that has happened, didn't happen, was going to happen. But here I have indicative of their past connection. We have the Sun. The obstacle here is this Temperance card. External influences, we have the Nine of Cups. In terms of this side, we have Jennie, and this side we have G-Dragon. So Jennie's perspective of the connection, we have Three of Cups, how it lifted her up. We have the Judgment card, and how it weighed her down. We have the Strength card. And in terms of G, his perspective of the connection, we have Nine of Pentacles, how it lifted him up. We have the Two of Pentacles, and how it weighed him down. We have the Tower. In terms of like their future perspectives of the connection, for Jennie, we have the Seven of Pentacles, and for G, we have the Five of Pentacles. So the way that I'm kind of looking at it in terms of their future kind of perspectives, intentions, it seems like Jennie is looking for some type of either apology or forgiveness, something kind of looking at off into the future. Perhaps it can't be salvaged, but wanting to recognition for the efforts that were put in. And in terms of G's perspective with the Five of Pentacles, it seems like there is kind of a loss or a lack there of something that either wasn't like recognized or valued, or like will never be valued in the way that it should be. I do think it's interesting. There's someone here in a wedding veil, wedding dress. But the way I see this past connection with the sun, I feel like there was a period of time where they really, like, their energy really kind of lifted each other up. I think it's interesting here. The sun is the planet for the zodiac sign of Leo, which G Dragon is a Leo. So I feel to some degree like he really, his kind of way of either being seen in the world or seeing the world, like, helped Jennie kind of also feel like inspired, I want to say, and possibly this even express yourself in new ways, creativity, having fun, and like just a sense of joy of who they were and like their place in the world. The obstacle here with this Temperance card is about blending things together. I kind of see it as like perhaps concepts of like his beliefs or his views or her beliefs, her views, and kind of blending them together. So there was like a middle of the road being met here. I feel like this was an obstacle for them for some reason. External influences being the Nine of Cups, I feel like they constantly had to put on a happy face for their fans, for their label, for their performances. Like, it's basically, it's almost like it doesn't matter what's going on internally. You have to keep on having that sense of happiness and joy. And also, like, they were in, good parts of their lives. They were enjoying what they were doing. Now, I see for Jennie's perspective of their connection with the Three of Cups, it is more like a friendship, a more of a celebration of their connections, their privilege, their, creativity. And even for G here, his perspective with the Nine of Pentacles, it's as if like their connection allowed them to like live their best lives, to kind of have the things and, the people surrounding him that he wanted to, and like recognize like that he did it. I do see, like, in terms of like how their connection lifted them up, for Jennie with this Judgment card, I believe it really allowed her to kind of look at aspects of her past and how far she had gotten to get where she was in life, and to like let those things go, to kind of see like the things that like weren't for her, like baggage, shame, guilt, whatever it is, perhaps like, even people that feel like not that she burned along the way, but that she kind of took something from someone else. Like, I think this relationship helped her to be okay with the fact that she had gotten as far as she had gotten in life, and accept it, own it, you know? And in terms of for G-Dragon, I see that it's like this connection allowed him to kind of, I want to say, like, play the role, to kind of, well, you can see this person is like juggling. So I don't know if perhaps there was maybe, it allowed him to kind of like play different roles, like as a friend and supporter, but also a mentor. Also, like, kind of, I'm like on top of my own world, and I can even like have this connection with you and help you out, and like I can do it all type of thing. Which is interesting because what weighed him down about the connection is this tower, which is kind of like this concept of ego builds up the tower in the first place. This kind of set of beliefs or habits or perspectives that aren't really stable, and then divine intervention comes in and kind of like kind of exposes the cracks in the foundation. So I think it's interesting that how the connection weighed G down, it weighed Jennie down by having this strength card. So it could be like in terms of like, this could be his own like personal ego and her having to step up, because here this strength card is again that concept of the zodiac sign of Leo, where sun is the ruling planet for Leo. So it could be like she had to constantly like maybe cater to his ego, and like pump up his ego, and the like perhaps just had to react in that way of like possibly bending to what he wanted. I do think it's interesting, like this concept of him being lifted up by the connection. You've got this infinity symbol around the pentacles, and then the infinity symbol above the person's head here in the strength card. It's almost as if like what weighed her down was trying to help him maybe even keep those balls in the air, like kind of deal with his ego, because it doesn't have like a clear indication of like a fight, but I do sense that what the obstacle was with this temperance card, you've got this sense of like blending and like moderation and kind of a sense of balance, actually, a balance and being like middle of the road, finding a way that works for all those involved here. And then Jennie's got the 3 of Cups over here in her perspective, but for G, we've got the 9 of Pentacles, which is kind of this concept of my world and what I've built up, and the 2 of Pentacles of like playing and kind of I've got this, and then you've got this concept of the Tower, which is typically 2 people falling out of a building, but here in this one it's just this person on their own. So it could be it started out as just like a collaboration with this like concept of like love here. I'm gonna use these revolving time oracle cards. And I'll just ask yes or no questions. I mean, we're not going to know, but I feel like with this Page of Swords energy, this kind of like thinking you have all the answers, kind of jumping into things, and not really having a clear view of everything. It could be just like, you know, miscommunication. Let's see what the cards are below it. So we have the Eight of Pentacles, which is kind of like pouring your heart and soul into something where the future is going to possibly bring some material value. And this kind of indicates like perhaps like they were working on something together, like collaborating on something. And then you've got the Five of Swords. So not really knowing how to communicate well, and then kind of like the ego comes in and not knowing how to walk away from like lose-lose situations when there's instability and there's conflict. So to me, it's almost as if there could have been some arguments. Here another Five of Pentacles, like instability, but this has to do with like material things. So it's almost as something didn't materialize. So it could be that there was potential for them to have some kind of romantic thing going on, but I more think that this true love and this care and this support, this creativity has to do with like working on something together, and maybe just not working well through conflict, or not wanting to. I see it's more because of this Tower over here, which has to do with like more ego, and this Nine of Pentacles, which is more focused on their own world as opposed to like the connections and sharing like joy with others. It could be that G had more of like an ego and wanted things a little bit more his way, whereas Jenny had to more like play like this give and take a little bit. But even though it weighed on her, it probably did give her more strength. So I'm going to go ahead and pull a card to see if Jenny and G-Dragon did actually date romantically in real life. So let's see what the cards say. It says here, neutral, surrender, expect delays with time. This is the equivalent to the Hanged Man card, which is about kind of holdups and not struggling against, you know, things as they are, and kind of just accepting what's there. So I kind of sense like this card of like surrender. I think it had to do with the fact that there might have been that potential for dating, but whatever this collaboration was, and it might not have been a collaboration. I don't know if they tried to make a song together. It could have just been being in the same industry, in the same field, wanting the same things. But I more see that this concept of like balance and patience and kind of acceptance, which was an obstacle for them, was probably an obstacle. This is a different card of patience. But I feel like their inability to find balance, to kind of be on the same page, made it so that they probably didn't date in real life, there was probably other upsets or other disappointments that they had. And if they did date in real life, it was, possibly short-lived and stemmed from their connection with music and wanting to actually create something together. So thanks for watching this titillating edition of Tabloid Tarot. We'll see you next time. Take care.